These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? We're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. That girl is poison.
These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
Well, welcome everyone. This is America's Barley Basket. Took me a second there.
Yeah, you good? You good over there?
I think so. I think I'm good. Let's roll with it. We'll fix it in post. This is America's Barley Basket. I am your host, Nathan Wilson, and sitting beside me virtually is our good friend, Marlin Wells.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlin. This is starting off as a banger.
Yeah, let's get at it. We are into it.
Especially after the beautiful job we did of singing Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe.
Mm-hmm.
See,
that girl is poison.
Have you ever delved into Belle? Like, are there three men and one is Belle and one is Biv and one is DeVoe?
No fucking clue.
Like,
I don't think anyone knows. I don't think that's ever been researched. Like, I couldn't Google it if I wanted to.
Like, were there like teenage girls like Biv's my favorite? And I only have Tiger Beat posters of DeVoe.
Oh, I'm a Belle girl.
Yeah, I think they are. I think that is like nicknames for all three of them. That's my hot take on Belle Biv DeVoe.
Right, I'm not gonna fact check it. I'm just gonna assume it's true.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do here. We take hot takes and we don't back them up with research or facts.
Yeah, like the president.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that song. I couldn't. If you put a gun to my head and asked me to find another Belle Biv DeVoe song in there somewhere, you may as well shoot me.
Yep. I wonder if they take part of these like 90s R&B rap, like nostalgia shows that play Midwest casinos that are kind of really catching on lately, like Attack of the 90s with Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer, Salt and Pepper. And I feel bad that Salt and Pepper is pushed in. They weren't a one-hit wonder. They had like two banger albums. They had like, I don't know, 5 songs people recognized. But
yeah,
hey,
every time I see them on one of those things, like the Sound of the 90s tour, I'm always like, you guys don't belong here.
Yeah.
Salt
At
and
the
Pepper.
least, I hope they close it. I hope they get to close the show at least. Like,
yeah, somehow I bet not. I bet Vanilla Ice closes those shows.
Oh, because dorks. Yep.
Comes out and does Ninja Rap from the Turtles movie and calls it a day.
What all would he would do? Ice Ice Baby. He would do Ninja Rap. Could he have anything else? Because like MC Hammer had Too Legit to Quit, and then also Hammer Time.
You can't touch this.
Yeah, well, I guess that's I'm sorry. You can't touch this was like, and he had 2 hits, and he was popular enough. He had a brief Saturday morning cartoon called Hammerman.
Yeah,
it had magic
Hammer
shoes.
don't hurt him.
Had magic shoes that talked to him. I remember that cartoon.
Yeah. I don't know that Vanilla Ice ever made it into cartoons.
He had
to have.
Insane, widely released feature film that needs to be seen. If you're out there and you have not watched Cool as Ice, treat yourself tonight.
I have not.
Oh, dude, it is hard to imagine how bad it is. Like, it's just... Because you go to those like terrible movie nights and it's Troll 2, and Troll 2 is made for $400 fucking dollars. Like, it's like, well, this can't be that bad. It was like, I remember seeing advertisements for it. But, dude, it's like, and I've read about it. While in production, Vanilla Ice lost any popularity, became a joke. And they're like, well, we got to finish this movie, don't we? And it's like, by the time he got released, it'd be like, I don't even know what you would describe it as. I can't think of a flash in the pan musician. It would have been like making a Limp Bizkit movie, like a Fred Durst movie in like 2008. Like, man, he's done. But like,
I don't watch that.
Yeah.
I got no beef with Limp Bizkit at all.
Yeah, put that hat on backwards.
Yeah, I will listen to Limp Bizkit today.
That's a hot take.
Speaking of, that's kind of those two things coming together. Have you ever heard Vanilla Ice's Too Cold, which is, I think that's around 99 or 2000 when nu metal was at its height and Vanilla Ice covered Ice Ice
song.
Baby,
Yep.
but as like it's like Vanilla Ice pretending he's Korn and then covers his own song.
Yep, I sure have.
It's so good.
Yeah, and he toured off that. He had a little bit of a pop after that. Like he would show up on a lot of like kind of new metal, like burrito rock festivals, like.
Yeah, pop up at sometime early in the afternoon on a Family Values.
Yeah, he's playing that coveted 10 a.m. spot.
Yep, on the side stage.
Yeah. Like always be in like the 4 p.m. slot on like a parking lot festival when that asphalt's about 140 degrees.
Oh God!
There's 3 lethargic teens trying to fist pump.
Oh God, I told the story just a couple weeks ago about seeing Riff Raff at Vans, so I've been on that asphalt, man.
Oh man, Riff Raff.
I've been there. I paid my dues.
An American treasure.
To go see the Versace Python.
Are you talking about Jody High Roller?
I am. I'm talking about the Neon Icon. I almost ran out of Riff Raff nicknames.
Rookie of the Future? I can't believe it.
Damn it! Now I am out. Shit. I was like, okay, you still got Rookie of the Future in your back pocket.
As I sit here confidently, Elias.
Yeah, it's funny that Riff Raff comes up. I listened to Riff Raff's Larry Bird today.
One of my favorite songs.
Day.
Yep. When he rhymes Pete Sampras with Baby Pampers. I don't know if that's... I don't even know if it's phonetically correct.
Does that count? I don't.
Who can say no to that face?
Right, exactly. He does proclaim to have shot dice with Larry Bird in Barcelona, which I bet is not true.
He'd have been like 10 during the 92 Olympics.
Right.
Oh, good times.
Oh God, we had just yesterday. So we're recording this on Sunday, but just yesterday, a special boy had his special day.
Who's that? That's me.
That's Nathan. It was Nathan's birthday yesterday.
Special day, party hats galore. I can't believe I'm 22 years old.
Oh,
that's so
man.
crazy. Just time flies, bud.
It's shocking that you're 22.
3 more years, my car insurance rates go down. That's crazy.
And you can rent a car.
Yeah,
That's
I can drive
exciting.
commercial trucks. Yeah, man. Just reeling in the years.
Yeah.
Booby Brothers. Yeah.
In 2023, we can celebrate by getting you a CDL. Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, heck of a time, man. Yeah. Still got those boyish good looks, though, for being 22.
You really do. Yeah. Of course you do. You're only 22.
Only 22 years old.
You
graduated high
non-threatening
school
boys.
Graduated high school in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's funny that I graduated. I have to think so hard about it, but I've really had a lot of fun since high school in those 4 years. Did a lot of things that teens do nowadays, like, I don't know, boogie board and hang out at the mall.
I want to hear you name more before I throw you a life preserver here.
Oh, man. I don't know, auto-tune things. That's what me and my friends, I don't know, and other teens. We were different.
No, you and the teens auto-tuning at the mall.
Yeah, with our boogie boards, yeah.
Yeah.
Catch a
boogie
wave
board down to the mall and auto-tune.
We Tokyo Drift, is that something teenagers do?
Oh, there you let it slip. There's no way a 22-year-old would know what Tokyo Drift is.
Oh, God damn it.
Your facade, Nathan.
That's such a carefully planned charade, Marlin.
Oh, God. But happy birthday yesterday, Nathan.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Did you like get out and party hard? Did you really fuck shit up?
No, I had crippling anxiety all day.
Oh, why is that?
That's how mine works. It just comes in waves. Nothing. Just one day you wake up, it's like, oh, today's going to be nightmare day, and you just feel like shit. And you just run down, and your brain's exploding the whole time.
Yep.
You shovel drugs down your stupid head. Sometimes they put you to sleep, which is good. Sometimes they don't seem to do anything, which that's always troublesome.
Yep, that's never good.
Then Mom did make meatloaf, which is always a treat. It's what I requested.
I know you love meatloaf.
Mm-hmm. And then I worked from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Good times.
Yeah.
So just anxiety, meatloaf, and work.
Just sitting there sweating for no reason. Always a fun time. Jesus.
I like that you think there's no reason for anxiety. It's as if you haven't looked around at the world.
But yeah, mine did. Yeah. Oh, there's multiple things that feed into it, but it's not like there's a trigger. I think it's called generalized anxiety, which is always fun because it can happen whenever you don't want it.
It's not like being hit in the head with a basketball of anxiety. It's like being in a ball pit of anxiety.
Yeah, like a washing machine. Someone forgot to turn off.
Yeah, just
rumbled around.
A washing machine of vague scares.
Yeah, and piss all the time. Piss a dozen times in a day. Yeah. My jaw gets weird, like my mouth doesn't shut all the way. That's not what you want. You want to spend your birthday just gape mouth, like you're some hillbilly looking at the watching the moon landing. that there moon's got to be at least 400 miles away. Look, kids, look.
You tell me, man, got all the way over there.
Yeah, I look like I'm in a perpetual state of awe. Like, it's just amazed by everything. I don't know what that guy got in the mail, but it must have been something big.
Must be a real life changer he's going through today.
As I casually glance at the penny saver.
99 cents a loaf for whole wheat.
How is the pulse on one side of my neck different than the other? Nothing beats when my pulse will do one of those Buddy Rich improv drumming things. It's like, hey, I haven't beaten about 7 seconds. It just kicks in. Ooh, boy.
It's like the drop in a dubstep song. It's just real slow climb and then a long silent break.
Yeah. You can hear an echo of your heart hitting your breastbone. That's not what you want.
It's like your heart is just pinching the hose, and then when it finally lets go, it all comes out at once.
That's not how hearts are supposed to work, silly.
It's just the build up to Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had one of those heartbeats late Friday night.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I always assume like a cymbal crashes when my aorta's collapsing. Just blood spraying in my torso cavity.
just filling up. Coming, Grandma.
Lose consciousness just long enough to see some relatives you'd like to hang out with. Hey, then you come right back to the couch.
Yep. Not today. Okay, well, let's see what's on the TV.
Yeah, I think Grandma had cinnamon rolls.
Oh, Christ. Well, yeah, you beat me to it. So this is a podcast about The Simpsons, ostensibly on paper. Today we are going through episodes from season 4, episodes 18 through 22. It's the final 5 of season 4. We're putting a bow on it. We're wrapping it up. We're done with season 4. What a ride season 4 has been.
Yeah, man.
Good times.
It is nuts how good this show is.
Let's go. Episode 18 is called So It's Come to This, a Simpsons clip show. Wild that we're doing a clip show in season 4 when this show eventually goes on to have 30 seasons.
I wonder how many clip shows there are.
Yeah, that leads you to believe, right, that, if we have one every 4, we got to be up to 6 or 7 by now, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe the 7th will happen this upcoming season.
Yeah, so we'll see, because we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So this episode, it's mostly, well, maybe not mostly. I'm going to say about half and half, like new stuff and old stuff, because they do build a framing device around this episode, which is that it's April Fool's Day. Homer gets Bart with a couple of April Fool's pranks, one of which is tricks him into drinking spoiled milk. They show Bart take a pull out of this milk carton and immediately spit it all up, and Homer's like, "Aha! I've had that tucked behind the furnace for 6 months." And it's like, oh, that's poison. That's dangerous.
I got a quick thing to point out too. Why is Marge over the sink cleaning out a milk container full of what are you going to use that milk container for?
I thought the same thing. Yeah, why not just throw it in the garbage? But no, she's scraping it out. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't care what kind of stringent recycling rules you have in your community.
I bet I know what it's for, Marlin. It just came to me. But she keeps that by the stove, and that's where she pours the bacon fat. I remember some households doing that. Cut the top off of a milk container, like the square milk container, and that's where you pour your bacon fat.
And that's just so you don't pour it down the drain, right? Because isn't that bad to pour it down the drain?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm a slob. I just let it cool and scrape it into the trash.
Sure, that seems like a viable option.
Yeah, maybe I've been letting all that sweet bacon grease go to waste.
I'm not gonna lie, I pour it down the drain. So
for shame.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it.
For shame. Yeah. I'm not proud of you, right?
But I make bacon with such irregularity that I bet I go through 2 pounds of bacon a year. You don't
have, some of us have an AM and a PM bacon stack.
Right. I don't have distinct bacons in my life.
Treat myself to a little maple sweet treat before bed.
Oh, I can't do the maple. I can't do the sweet bacon, man. The people that take it the extra step and, this is candy bacon. No, fuck off.
I mean, I'm not going to turn it down, but I like bacon,
Yeah. How about regular ass thick cut bacon?
I've never been eating regular bacon. If there could only be some way to mix chocolate into this.
Yeah. Oh, if only I could make this dessert. No.
Just a mouthful of bacon. Someone hand me the Hershey's Kisses. Just pouring a handful of unwrapped kisses into your mouth. Delicious.
How can I cram this strip of bacon into this peanut butter cup?
The old British king just decadent. Love bacon.
I don't know if it's a hot take or not. Don't get it twisted. I like bacon. Bacon is good. It's a tasty breakfast meat. But I think that the internet has ruined the image of bacon and has made bacon, frankly, supremely overrated.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
This slice of bacon is a tasty treat. But yeah, it's not like this, oh my God, everything's different.
Oh, everything's got to have bacon on it. Fuck you, hipsters. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Bacon is casually dating pumpkin spice, and they have a beautiful loft apartment in some big city. They don't deserve any of that shit. Should be down in the dirt with the rest of us. Better than me, bacon.
You know what I'll take any given day, hands down every time, ham over bacon. When it comes to pork products, I'll take a ham over a bacon any day.
See, I love me a good ham steak, but I can't. That's a bridge too far, Marlin.
Yeah, I think honestly I would take sausage over both of them, but now I'm just talking crazy.
That's I'm getting angry now. I'm building up.
Can't get too spicy with your breakfast porks around Nathan.
I'm going to start flipping out like Sean Penn's brother in Reservoir Dogs. You're going to come and tell me that you like sausage?
Oh, Chris
What's his name? That nice guy Eddie or something?
Yep, nice guy Eddie. Also in Footloose.
Chris Penn. There we go. Died far too young.
Yeah, way
Shout out
too
to Chris
young.
Penn. Yeah.
So it's April Fool's Day. They're doing their thing. Bart is going to get one on Homer because Bart's been gotten a couple of times at this point. The one wasn't even a prank. He had just put duct tape over the boy's eyes while he was asleep.
Yeah.
Which, that seems horrible.
Some kind of weird sensory deprivation study or something.
Yeah, like, what kind of kidnap victim is this with duct tape over his eyes? But Bart's going to get him back. He decides that his plan is to, because he sees what very minimal damage a slightly shaken beer can do, so he's going to take it over the top. Takes just a single can of Duff down to the hardware store and puts it in the paint shaker.
My juvenile delinquent sensibilities were really in simpatico with Bart, because that was my first thought. Take it to a hardware store.
See, I wasn't that quick, but once I saw a hardware store, I thought, oh, paint shaker.
Yep. And man, every episode now seems to feature like the awkward teenage boy, and I love it.
He's one of my favorites.
And Bart casually tells him, hey, there's someone outside giving away free Stridex bats. And the kid just forgets about his job. He's excited.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, geez. Like, that dude is so good.
I hope I'm not picking a scab here, literally or figuratively, Marlin, but how was your skin complexion in your teen years?
Not great. There's a couple of them later years that were troublesome, Nathan.
So if we don't discuss
when I heard the word Stridex pads mentioned in this episode, I really sat up and paid attention for a second.
Like I forgot about having those.
There was a long dead and buried repressed memory that just popped, that just boiled up like when you see a bubble in a tar pit. Just boom. Oh, there we go.
I was probably middle of the road. I wasn't blessed with perfect skin, but there was other kids that had it worse than me. So right down the middle.
We settled down eventually, but it was a real forest fire for a lot of years.
It seems like it's folks that kind of have that more naturally kind of like tan skin. Like I have, this flawless alabaster skin, so I rarely.
You're like a porcelain doll.
Yes. It's a big, beautiful porcelain doll. I often wear little short pants like we discussed in last week's episode.
Yeah.
A giant foppish hat.
Little Lord Nathan.
Rosy cheeks. Little Lord. I got a giant lolly.
Yep.
Look at those natural curls. Oh, good times.
Yeah, you're a very pale boy, Nathan Folsewak.
I can sometimes see my veins.
I can watch your blood pump.
It's pumping slow.
So Bart gets this can shaken up and puts it in the fridge, and it's funny because he's putting it in the fridge. It like has its own kinetic energy at this point, so it's just vibrating. And Homer finally, he makes Bart wait a bit, but finally goes to the fridge and gets the beer, and he pops the tab open, and there's a split second for Bart to think that it didn't work, and then the entire house explodes.
Yeah. Like, and I didn't even understand, are they dead? Because there's a mushroom cloud.
I think those are just fun cartoon goofs. But yeah, there's a mushroom cloud. The roof literally blows off of the house.
Yeah. Is there a new Simpsons family? Because they obviously all perished in that explosion.
Yeah, they're all clones from here on out. It gets real Rick and Morty.
Or Venture Brothers, yeah.
So they end up taking Homer into the hospital, and this is where the clip show starts. Like, they do an X-ray, and they're like, "Has he had a lot of concussions?" And we get a montage of Homer getting hit in the head with shit, and then we get, that's probably from the time he fell in the gorge, and we get that skateboarding bit of him skating into the gorge. Yep, that was holy shit, this old stuff feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
and B, looks awful.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, Marlon, some of those early episodes of the podcast, I was only 21. It's this is a lifetime ago.
Right? What a wild time.
Matured so much.
Fuck.
My body is changing in so many wonderful ways.
Is it?
Let's see where I'm getting hair now.
I mean, yeah, but
It might surprise you.
who doesn't love a good surprise?
Yeah, it's long, straight bristles right down the middle of my back.
All right, weird. So it's like a horse mane.
Kind of.
Okay. I have a note that just says, "Oh boy, this old stuff looks bad." Like they show a clip from that fucking wilderness Lost in the Woods episode that you and I kind of lambasted back then. God, that was a bad episode. But we're reminded that it exists in this clip show. Burns comes in at one point and is mad as hell because it's costing so much to keep Homer, who's in a coma now. It's costing so much to keep him alive, and he just wants to pull the plug. He's like, "This is costing."
Don't ever change, Mr. Burns.
Yeah, he's like, "This is costing me $5,000 a day," and yanks the plug out of the wall. This one of very few, if not the only, appearance of Mr. Burns in this whole batch, which made me sad.
Yeah, interesting. Good point.
Not a lot of Burns in these last 5. I do love that he brings Dr. Nick in with him to testify as to, yep, we got to pull the plug. I just think it's funny when people bring in Dr. Nick as an expert. Eventually, Bart, they're all telling stories of, remember the time we did this, and they roll a clip, and remember the time we did that, and roll a clip. And Bart eventually admits to Coma Homer that he is the one who shook up the beer can, which snaps Homer out of the coma so he can strangle his boy with some dad justice. And then that's pretty much it. They wheel Homer out. There's some weird jokes at the expense of, you've been asleep for months and you've lost 5% of your brain capacity, and they all laugh.
Oh, holy, I died laughing at that part.
So fucking weird.
I love when Marge laughs at things like that.
When Marge laughs at dark stuff.
Or like the whole thing about when they sent Grandpa into that nursing home after conning him out of selling his home.
Oh, yeah.
Like how Marge found that hilarious.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that wraps up the episode. I've never been a sitcom person other than, I got pretty hard into Scrubs is probably the only, dyed-in-the-wool sitcom I've ever been into. And even they do a clip show, so I guess everyone has to.
Interesting. I'm trying to think. I think in my head when I picture clip shows, I think of your last season on the air, and it's one of your, 3 episodes before the final. I think that was maybe kind of a framework that a lot of long-running shows, and frankly, just a lot of shows are running out of steam at the end.
Yeah, I think I always think it's weird. I don't see why it's necessary, and I think, again, not knowing shit about shit and kind of just throwing things out there with no evidence. I think it's less of a thing now than it used to be.
Probably, yeah.
Because I think it's weird. I think it's real weird.
Sitcoms are a lot like pro athletes. They rarely go out on their own terms.
Yeah.
They get canceled, just like, football players get cut. You rarely go out on top. There's a handful. Seinfeld did it. And Friends kind of, I guess, too. They were still a ratings monster. But usually it's just you kind of peter out and say, well, we're done. You just see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I think it's just endemic to the.
I love when it's 4th and long and a sitcom goes, fuck this noise, we're going to another network. We're going to do season 12 of Family Matters on CBS.
Yeah.
See if that changes anything.
Yeah, I do love a network switch.
Yeah. I can't think. Didn't Brooklyn Nine-Nine do that?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine did that. I'm pretty sure Scrubs did that.
Well, I know Scrubs did that crazy thing where the last season is all new cast, pretty much.
Yeah, that last season is real bad. Yeah. Does not count. If you ask people who like Scrubs what they think about the last season, I think they'll all say that never happened. They treat it like Rocky V.
Yeah. God, I could stand to see Rocky V again.
Said nobody ever. Rocky V is awful.
I don't know, man. I like watching sad endings sometimes. But you know what hasn't been awful? Every Rocky movie since, which is crazy.
That's true. Or up to then. Like, there's just this one bad one, and everything before it and after it have been great.
See, I always wonder if my like of Rocky IV is just nostalgia fueled, because that was on TV all the time when I was a little kid. Yeah, well, one thing, the boxing is terrible, but you know that going in.
Yeah.
The boxing makes no sense. It's like there was some law passed. Can't have your fists above your nipples when you're put on defense. Just take it every shot right to the kisser.
Just really lay your face out there.
Now it's my turn. Punch, 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 punch to the face. Okay.
Yeah, it's
great punches, Rocky. Punch me some more.
It's like someone's playing Street Fighter by themselves, but with both controllers. They're just swapping controllers.
Because your cousin had to go take a piss and you unpaused it on him. Ready for the 1,000 palm strikes, Buckle? You're getting it.
Ready for Balrog's 10 punch that you'll never hit otherwise.
Oh man,
yeah,
good times.
Yeah, the boxing in 4 is not good. I like the audacity and pomp of 4 is my favorite thing about 4. Just it is offensively American,
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
The jingoism is really cranked way the fuck up in Rocky 4.
And I mean, it caught a guy's attention when Apollo Creed fucking gets cheesed in a boxing match.
Yeah, what a fucking boxing league we have here.
Yeah. Man, if comedy is ever a thing again in the comedy contest, which are nightmarish, but if they're ever a thing again, I'm coming out dressed like Apollo Creed.
Okay.
Shirtless, just a red, white, and blue vest and a red, white, and blue top hat, red, white, and blue gloves.
I support this.
And then I realized I can't hold the mic with those fucking gloves on. It's been 5 minutes. I finally get the mic, and that's when an alarm goes off that my time's up.
You get the light. No.
So what's the deal? Thank you.
Oh, this has been a nightmare. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Or the drawstring breaks in my red, white, and blue shorts, and I struggle to hold them up. Then he wishes he didn't have those gloves on. Somebody help. I'm not helping with that. Keep your own goddamn pants on.
Oh god.
So
fun
episode 19.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not done talking about Apollo Creed. So I met Carl Weathers when I was a boy. When I was, I'm gonna say 10 or 12, somewhere around in there. I have no idea the exact age, but I met Carl Weathers at a cattle sale in Morris, Minnesota. We were there shopping for bulls, and we're wandering through the corrals back there with you got your book that has all the lot numbers, and you're kind of looking in the book and looking over here and checking shit out. And I had seen that man earlier in the morning and been like, fuck, I know who that is. Why do I know who that is? Who is that guy? And I kept poking and pestering my dad about it, being like, I know that guy, and him being like, yeah, fucking course you do. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know the one black guy in Morris, Minnesota. Sure you do. And finally it hit me who that was, and I ran up to him and was like, "Hey, you're Carl Weathers, right?" And he turned with the big Apollo Creed smile, and he's just like, "Yeah, how are you?" And chit chat, nicest guy that you could hope for.
And how old a boy would you have been?
Probably 10 or 12, somewhere around in there.
The summer after the 6th grade, I had a recorded VHS tape with the movie Predator on it, and I legit watched it every day for an entire summer.
Nice.
If I would have met Carl Weathers, I would have shit my fucking basketball shorts.
Just a log tumble out the side.
I would have followed him around and quoted dialogue from that movie until he would have had to get security. You're an asset, an acceptable asset. Those are my men in that chopper.
You're just running after Carl Weathers. They got you pushing too many pencils. Leave me alone, kid.
What happened, Dylan? I thought you were a man I could trust. I woke up. Why don't you? They're calling Audible quoting scenes he wasn't even in. If I catch him, I'll have you made.
I'm a sexual tyrannosaur. That wasn't even my line, Nathan. That was Ventura.
Leave it. Did it kill you because you were unarmed?
Oh, God. Yeah, the nicest guy you could hope to meet.
And what was he doing there?
He apparently had or still has, I don't know, but like a handful of celebrities has some fucking cattle ranch on the side that he,
no kidding,
that he has, and was shopping for bulls that day.
But that far away, huh? A good bull's worth taking halfway across the country?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting in a real deep dive here. So, but I don't get Marlin. So you and your family. I mean, they kept you in Zubas and Jinko jeans, but I don't think you guys were cattle barons. So, why are you purchasing cattle? I thought the whole premise was, you start with what you got. The bulls come, they blast, you make more little cow babies, and then just you build your own thing. So like you just got like some ugly looking cows and you want prettier ones? It's like, what are we doing here? Like just upgrade. It's like these cows are depressing me. I want some cute ones.
Well, you're always bringing in new blood. You're always bringing in, like I think we were heifer shopping that day. So you buy a nice new pretty young thing to hook up with your bulls that you have at home, and you always need to be bringing in new blood because otherwise they're all going to be fucking related.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I thought about. Like you were bringing other farmers' bulls in to do the blasting.
Oh, we don't do it. No, we never did any of that shit.
Interesting.
We were far too. We didn't want, like, if a neighbor's bull got into your pasture, you might be tempted to shoot the fucking thing before he does any damage to before you have any fucking shitty ones running around. If you think highly enough of your herd like we did.
Oh, see, I would have assumed he'd be like, yeah, man, blast away. I just want some cows that don't all look alike,
Nope. You were like a wild amount of research went into it.
I'm just picturing you and your father driving somewhere with just a bull and a small stock trailer. You're playing Game Boy the whole time. They get out, they shake hands, your dad, they empty the bull into the pen, it humps and blasts. Whole time you're on the Game Boy, there's a frightening thing going on just feet away from you because animal sex, never pleasant. There's no foreplay, there's no romance. It's a lot like MMA. A lot of ground and pound.
And here we go.
Yeah, and then you get right. You don't even pause it. You're still playing Kirby. About 3/4 of the way home, you show your dad that you're at level 8. He doesn't care. He doesn't know what any of it means. And then you go inside and eat hot dish in silence.
Yep. Boy, howdy, you're not far off. It's
stop at Ascetics, grab a Dr. Pepper. It's the highlight of the trip.
Awfully bold of you to assume that my parents would have bought me a Game Boy. If you swap that out with reading a book, that covers it.
It's happening maybe like me. You had like an aunt that could hook you up with cool shit, or a grandparent or something.
I had cool shit. I don't mean to shovel shit on my folks, but I was a book reader. I was happy with the book. But yeah,
I get car sick when I read
other than that story's pretty accurate.
You're just thinking the whole time what snacks you're going to get at Ascetics. You bring up like 8 things. 4 whatchamacallits? 4 whatchamacallits. I guess I'll put some back.
What do you got, Gardettos and Bugles? What are you doing? What are the other?
It's like a family-sized bag of corn nuts. Get the skinny tall ones.
It's a snack. God damn it.
Get a warm 2-liter of Sprite. What kind of animal are you? It's a July day.
This is why I don't take you places.
The whole time you're just singing songs about snacks. Snacks. Plow through them in 45 seconds.
Barely out of the parking lot. Oh, we're having a good Saturday. Someone's got Funyuns.
You're immediately sick from how fast you eat. Just miserable the rest of the show. I got chocolate on the pages and now they don't turn so good. Dad, will you wash this book? How do you wash a book? You're 17. You shouldn't even be with anymore.
Oh, God.
Don't you have your own things to do? I heard Senex and Belfield, and I'm like, I'm not missing that for the world.
Oh, God.
Trying to lick a Goosebumps book clean. God damn it, that's not helping. Now he's invested because he's watched so much of this.
Oh, God. You're never going to get that jelly out of there.
If you're going to clean the book, quit fucking eating while you're trying to do it. Put the food down. It's like a 45-minute side of the road gong show that you got to do. There's chocolate everywhere. A family-sized bag of Rolos goes down the defrost vent.
Foil and all.
Yeah. Told you not to put them on the dash. You should have put your fingers down the dash in the vents. You're just mushing them up. I can hear them break.
Oh, God.
Oh, family fun. Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, to be young again.
Just get hollered at for things you don't even understand.
Yep.
What do you mean you never applied a pinto hinge to a back of a 1977 international pickup?
Just hold this flashlight and quit crying.
I said metric. You don't even have metric. This is all standard metric.
Why would we have metric? Oh, Christ.
I'm literally holding all of the sockets we own. None are metric. I'm not a metallurgist. I can't change the size of these.
It was always a gamble when Dad asked for a wrench if you were going to hand him a 7/16 or a 1/2 inch, just praying you were right.
Yeah.
So it was usually just him pointing at a nut and a bolt, being like, "Get a wrench for that." And you're just like, "Whew, here we go."
There's only 16 different options. That's it. You can narrow it down to about 6. About 6 can be.
Yep. You're just walk into the toolbox making bargains with God. Oh, just please let it be a 7/16. Just
hurry up. It's like, well, do you want me to like baseball slide? It's like, I can't run directly to the side of the pickup. Collapse. Is that what you want?
Oh, God. Was that what would make you happy if I just ran headlong into this toolbox? Tell me what you want. Oh, man. Whew, boy, we're breaking through a lot of things today.
Teenage acne, a crippling teenage Rolo addiction.
What What a fun Sunday.
Yeah. I'm sweating. I know that much.
Me
It is
too.
hot in this unventilated bedroom.
Yeah, I'm at my place of employment recording, and they shut the AC off this week.
Good thing they're used to you crying. The security guy doesn't even flinch.
Nope, ain't even going to poke his head in here.
Yeah. So, episode 19.
Of The Simpsons. That's right.
Simpsons, the front.
Oh, God.
At the 100-minute mark of this episode.
I'm sure glad I got in front of you and interrupted you to tell that Carl Weathers story 25
Marlin,
minutes ago.
Your podcast radar is on point as always.
Oh, fuck.
Episode 19 is The Front. So, starts with the kids watching a comically pathetic episode of Itchy and Scratchy. They're just mailing it in at this point, to the point where Bart and Lisa are like offended by how bad it is. It's like, we could do better than this, which they attempt to do. They write an episode and they mail it into the studio. Roger Myers is the CEO. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds like that dude's name. I didn't write it down, but that sounds right.
And he immediately rejects it because they're kids. And they write some sappy letter attached to it. And the kids get the bright idea to, hey, if they won't accept it because we're kids, let's just put Grandpa's name on it. Like, Grandpa's out to lunch. We can just call it, they got to go visit him and find out what his name is. That happens later in the episode. Because when you're a kid, you know what Grandpa's name is? Grandpa.
Yeah.
I never called my grandpa Ingolf, like I'm a salesman or something.
Yeah. We label all our grandpa and grandmas by last name,
Yeah.
Grandma and Grandpa Wells.
Oh, you know what's funny? I did say Grandma Marie from Grandma Marie and Grandma Gladys, my grandpas.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
My other grandpa was a step grandpa. I think I might have just called him Dalton. Just weird, like for a contemporary,
just a regular name.
4-year-old walking up to him, and say, "How's she hanging, Dalton?" Hotter than a goddamn bear, am I right? Humidity. Jeez, will get to a guy. Well, I'm gonna head into town. You have a good one.
all of my grandmas and grandpas were grandma and grandpa last name, except one of my great grandmas on my dad's side was cuckoo grandma, because she had a cuckoo clock hanging in her living room.
That's
and
good.
As we just went through, I don't think I was maybe the brightest kid, and that's the only way I knew how to distinguish her from the other grandmas. So I had too many grandmas.
There's a much more depressing reason why someone would ever refer to their grandma as cuckoo grandma.
Right. Yeah, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, good. Wasn't in the icy grip of dementia.
Nope. That old bird was as sharp as could be all the way up to 99.
Oh, well, good for Seattle. I never had a great grandparent that I remember. They all punched out when I was just a wee boy.
Oh, I remember most of mine.
That's wild. Yeah.
The Wellses live for forever, apparently.
Yeah.
And fun, happy ending to the story. That cuckoo clock now hangs in my living room.
Hey, that's fun. Let's get some good Wells family memories in here. So, before we get into this, I got one of my favorite scenes of this. And I have a note here. It says, dude, I am laughing during this entire episode. It is so goddamn good.
This is a real good one.
Continuously laughing, but then that Roger Myers, he berates this writer for being this upstart. That writer has to be based on a Simpsons writer. I'm guessing all those writers were,
Yeah, I assume that all of the writing jokes were pointed at other writers for sure.
Is that Sam Simon maybe? I don't know. Someone that actually knows of this show, message us and let us know. Because he's featured too prominently, just be made up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it's real specific that he's maybe it's not that.
I think,
maybe it's not that unique that a Harvard grad won't shut the fuck up about Harvard.
Yeah, and he keeps getting. There's 3 times he comes into the office, and 2 of the times he gets hit in the head with the Roger Myers desk sign.
The desk nameplate.
Yeah. And the other kind of storyline during this whole thing is Marge and Homer. Homer's high school reunion is coming up. Which one of my hardest I've laughed in this show is Homer nervously has a secret he's been holding it back from Marge, or maybe Marge senses it, I can't recall. And Homer's tearfully admits to her, I was the one that ate the decorative soaps in the bathroom. His delivery of that line cracks me up so much.
Yep.
And then it comes out he never graduated high school. Is it remedial science he couldn't pass?
Yep, remedial science. And Marge is like, and you work at a nuclear power plant?
You're like a nuclear safety technician. You couldn't pass remedial science.
Which, to be fair, I also was not a good science student.
I was just not good at anything I wasn't interested in. Like
science and math, I was a fucking cinder block.
Which really adds up to how much money we're making as adults right now.
Yep. All these type A friends of mine that are good at the STEM subjects are sure doing a lot better fiscally.
Yep.
But I'm the fun artsy one.
Joke's on you, I won't live long enough to see retirement age. LOL.
Joke's on all of us, because look around at our country, ain't nobody getting to retirement age. Everything is great.
Yeah. And there's a scene where Homer's looking at his yearbook and laughing at things. And were you a yearbook guy? Did you buy all of your yearbooks?
I'm sure that my mom bought a few of them. I know that I don't have my senior yearbook. I didn't buy one.
I have one of the 4, because I always remember because you had to buy them at the school and they were like expensive. I'm like, I don't need this really.
I don't.
I'm glad I got one, because I don't know, was it a big thing in your school that you'd pass your yearbooks around and everyone would sign it?
See, I don't think we did that.
Really? Yeah. See, that's the reason to get a yearbook, is to look back at the horrifying things your friends wrote about you in your yearbook. Because, it's everyone, basically you wanted to make sure that if a loved one found your friend's yearbook, that they would disavow them from their lives. We sure had a lot of fun human trafficking last summer. Take it easy. I sometimes still hear those victim screams, but anyway.
Have a great summer.
Have fun at North Dakota State.
Friends forever.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. And then we passed around senior pictures and would sign them too.
See, we did. We did the senior photos. Or with the school photos every year, you traded and swapped around with all your classmates.
Oh, let's see. Pictures didn't matter at all till your senior year. I mean, that was when people go for big air and get some fancy ones.
Yeah, we only ever did fancy ones senior year, but your school headshots that you get every year were always passed around.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, maybe the kids that had friends and shit did that, but we shouldn't.
As we've said before, you were just behind the school lighting things on fire.
I was literally going to say that. We would have been in the shop parking lot using the acetylene tanks to burn things. Oh, man, I got a great senior picture story. So our whole Botano didn't have a picture taking place at that time, so you had to travel, and we went to the most discount senior picture place in Minot, North Dakota. I'm pretty sure it was in the back of a camper. It was real fly-by, and I was like, I don't think they own this parking lot. I think it's an optometrist parking lot. And the guy was really in a hurry, which is always what you want when you're going to spend a lot of money on pictures. Andale, let's get going here. My buddy Steve was just wrapping his pictures up as I'm getting you were in the same locker room getting ready while the other guy was getting dressed. And the picture guy's like, "Hey man, do you want to throw on his football jersey?" I was like, and I said, "No, I don't play football." Why the fuck did I say no, Marlin? How great would it have been me looking just serious and black under my eyes in a football jersey?
Not on the football team.
Not on the football, doing a Heisman. Oh, and because it involved holding a football with a candle in it, which he would start on fire to look real boss. But no, I said no. Let's take 19 pictures of me holding a bass guitar. I can't play worth a shit.
Oh man, you should have yes-anded the shit out of that.
My God, yeah. Try not to think about what might have been. Is that the quote Little Texas? Is that a Little Texas?
Yep, I think so.
Because that was then, we have taken different roads.
Oh God, you'll really love this. So my favorite of my batch of senior photos that I have seen recently is it's a black and white Keep in mind that I had a mullet at this time in senior year of high school, 2003. The time for a mullet.
Was it 1990?
Wearing a white shirt and jeans with a heavy black leather coat on a bridge. So you get like good bridge detail, the big rivets and all that. Leaning up against that bridge, also wearing black sunglasses and a long piece of silver finger armor with a claw at the end.
Why do I not have this framed in my home now?
Whoo boy, I've seen that recently and I'm like, oh man. Yeah. 2003 Marlin was fucking cool.
One of my friends from undergrad, he was, good dude, but, real straight-laced, normal guy. I mean, as normal as any of us mutants were. But his armor was broken when someone got into his childhood home because he had to pick something up. And they noticed on the wall he is wearing a senior picture where he has a fucking cape on. Like he was going through some real Crow vibes in the late 90s. Oh, man. Like, what?
That was the time for it, man. If you were going to have just a touch of Midwestern gothiness to you.
I'm dark and twisted. No, you're not. You're laid down. Dark and twisted.
No, you're not. Your family are cattle ranchers.
What have you seen that has made you so dark and twisted?
Oh, man. Yeah. Fun times. I don't regret a thing, Nathan.
This podcast is the end with you sobbing. We're only on the second episode. So, Marlon, when was the first time a girl laughed at you?
Oh, God. Probably 8.
The nurses count? Probably like 4 days.
Immediately? Oh, God.
Oh, so, buddy. Yeah. So Homer goes to his high school. Oh, how about that? Did you go to your high school reunion?
No, I never got invited.
It must have been an oversight. There were so many people that were invited.
Honestly, either they didn't have one or honestly, I bet that they didn't have one because I'm the one who made it furthest from home. I can be home in 4 hours.
That's wild. Yeah.
But everyone else just stayed. So I'd imagine every day is high school graduation.
I think in towns that small, don't they often do like an all school reunion just for everybody?
Yeah. Or we're going to do the 10, 20 and 30 and 40 class all at the same time, shit like that.
Your high school reunion could be held in a long booth at an Applebee's.
Yeah,
we're bringing spouses. Let's get a corner booth.
Yeah, I had 16 kids in my graduating class, and we were the biggest class in school by a lot.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, there must have been something in the water around late 1984 that had everybody's folks really, really feeling it. Must have been a good band at the street dance that year.
Ooh, Denim and Lace. I like the sounds of this. Did you hear that cover of Fishing in the Dark? I like that low end. Speaking of low end, let's go have unprotected sex. That doesn't make sense. Shut up. Whew. So the Simpsons.
Well, that was fun for me to think about just now.
Yeah, we're really opening some old books that have been locked away for a while.
Blowing the dust out of a lot of these old books.
Yeah. So, because I was going to comment on TV shows, high school reunions are always at the high school. I wonder, is that a thing in bigger towns? Because it's always at a bar in a smaller town. I mean, that also might shine a light on the crippling alcohol problem that the upper Midwest has. That half the class would get the fucking shakes if they can't get 3 Bud Lights deep by supper.
Oh, God. I'd imagine, thinking of my town, I'd imagine that it would be at the county fairgrounds is where they would have theirs. Just because it's like, hey, who's got a building that is big enough for 50 people to be in?
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, that... Jesus, I forgot we were talking about a television show right now. I was like, why were we talking about high school reunions? Because Marge and Homer go to Homer's, and for some reason there's like an award ceremony, and Homer is winning all these awards you don't want to win, like lowest income, like most hair loss. And he ain't gonna look, like a prize hog in the mouth. He's gonna just keep stacking those awards and celebrating like an idiot. He's loving it.
He's proud of himself.
And then the principal comes out and is like, there's something not quite on the level here. Homer Simpson did not graduate high school, and he's ashamed. They take all of his shitty awards away, which he's just heartbroken over.
Yep, he's bummed out by that. I like that we see John Lovitz's Artie Ziff right before that.
Yep.
The creep, the fucking slime goblin Artie Ziff.
Yeah. And owns a scepter, apparently. That's the level of wealth. He carries a scepter with him.
He's apparently grossly rich. So
still pines for Marge, which makes me happy that his asshole demeanor meant that he didn't get the one thing he wants.
Yeah, and
Marge Bouvier.
Homer, real out front with it. He just asked him, "Yeah, I bet you'd give it all up for one night with my wife, huh?" I'm like, wow, this is forward. This is really, guys, we just got here.
Yeah, indecent proposal was still on the new rental rack,
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah. So during this whole time, this is going on. Bart and Lisa are cranking out episodes, putting it under Grandpa Simpson's name, and they are huge hits. People are loving it. They're, and Grandpa's getting checks. So there's some great Grandpa Simpson material here. Just him being confused as shit, which is always a good time.
There's one when Bart even asks, because Abe doesn't really know what's going on, and Bart asks, weren't you curious why you were getting checks for no reason? And Abe replies with, I just thought the Democrats were in power again.
Just great. I love, man, laughs per word. Grandpa Simpson's got one of the higher ratios on this show.
Yeah,
him and Burns too.
Yeah.
Man, Grandpa Simpson episodes are always a hoot. And I love when the episode is so good it gets nominated for some kind of animation writing award ceremony, which looks like the Oscars, yet is held in the Springfield Civic Center.
Yeah.
Just, again, the size of this city morphs all the time.
Anything you need, Springfield has it.
We can make it work in Springfield. And he gives this huge speech about how he doesn't like Itchy and Scratchy because of how violent it is and stuff like that. And there ends Bart and Lisa's writing career for Itchy and Scratchy. But hey, they reached the top of the mountain, goddammit.
Yep, they made it. They got there.
Yeah.
And then, because like the clip that they show at the awards shows like the first time Abe is seeing what, quote unquote, he has written.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, this is awful. Like, he's not into it.
And also in a sign of perseverance, Homer goes to night school and decides to pass remedial science.
Yeah.
And despite being one of the biggest dopes America's ever produced, by God, he passes remedial science, so he gets himself that degree.
Yeah. Now he can say he graduated high school.
Yeah. This very good episode, laughing the whole time.
There's
really yeah. Oh, go ahead.
There's a great gag when they're at the animation studio, when they're walking down the hallway asking Roger Myers about their animation process. He's like, sometimes our animators will reuse backgrounds to save some money, as they have walked past the same water cooler door and housekeeper like 8 times during this
she
sequence.
Dumps the same garbage over and over again.
It's so good. Holy shit.
Speaking of good, and I made sure I capitalize it so I didn't skip over my notes. How about that 45-second short at the end of this episode?
Yep, the Ned Flanders cartoon.
Yeah, what a sweet little treat this was. Holy shit. That song, hens love roosters, geese love ganders, everybody else loves Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders, yep.
I don't even remember what the premise of it was. It was dumb as shit. It was something about going to church. It was Saturday, and that was it.
Yeah. Yep. That was I remember more than that, but it's not important. Like, that was it. The Ned Flanders cartoon.
This is an example of why I love when a good show gets popular, because they have carte blanche to do shit like that.
Yeah.
They can say, we're going to do this because we're killing it right now. No one's going to say no. Like, none of the suits at Fox are going to interfere with anything we do right now.
Yeah. I really love taking things from older characters' backstories that they say in one-off capacity and accepting it as pure fact and canon about that character, because there's a moment where Abe Simpson is getting ready to go to that award ceremony and he excitedly shouts at himself in the mirror, like, who would have thought that a man who once took a shot at Teddy Roosevelt would earn back your trust?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So I'm taking it as fact that Abe Simpson once tried to shoot Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. Very good point.
Or maybe he's the one who shot Teddy Roosevelt when during that assassination attempt.
And didn't Teddy Roosevelt just kind of like drop to a knee, gather himself, stand back up, and finish his speech?
Yep.
Man,
he sure
what
did.
A baller. Yeah. I mean, he was a war hawk that led to how many countless deaths, but my God, that dude, true G.
Yep. And it was like, Teddy Roosevelt did some truly awful things, especially to Native Americans, but boy howdy, did he also have some winners. There's some chocolate in that cookie, there's some chips there.
Yeah, and was a war hawk until his son got blown to bits in World War I. Funny how that works.
Isn't it crazy how when it hits you personally, now all of a sudden you got a different feel about it.
Yeah, just like Nancy Reagan, stem cells are bad until your husband has crippling Alzheimer's disease. It's like, maybe we should look into that.
Yeah.
I sure wish I could have had a moment with my husband in the last decade.
How about that, Nance?
Yeah. Still alive, possibly?
I don't know. I know Ronnie ain't, but Nancy, I don't know.
She might be. God, I don't know. Or she might not be. None of this matters. The world's burning. Moving on. Episode 20.
You want to do some other fun adjacent to Teddy Roosevelt readings? Look up Alice Roosevelt, the daughter of Teddy Roosevelt, who he could not control whatsoever.
Oh, that's great.
Alice Roosevelt was at her time like a fucking, I'm going to wear pants and drink whiskey and hang out with the men. Fuck you, Dad.
She was in a Plasmatics tribute band.
150 years before Pussy Riot, she was Pussy Riot.
She was causing Pussy Riots.
Yeah, like there'd be reporters asking Theodore about like, hey, your daughter's up to all sort of wild shit. And he's just like, I know, I can't deal with her.
She's in a men's restroom wearing pantaloons and smoking opium.
Yeah, like it was reported the other day she was driving Teddy. I believe his actual quote was, I can run this country or I can run Alice. I can't do both.
Holy bull. I almost took a lot of self-control, Marlin, not to lose my mind over this senior picture of yours you just sent me.
I am glad you got that.
Oh boy!
You want to drink that in for a hot second?
That's what you call premium content for our Patreon. Oh man, I have a great one of mine where I have perfect late '90s hair loaf where you part it down the middle and hairspray it so it looks like you got a loaf of white bread just gently resting on you. Comes off in one piece like Darth Vader's helmet.
Oh my God. I figured you would appreciate that. I knew my words weren't going to do it justice, so I thought I better send it to you. That is a real broody boy.
He is very broody.
All right, episode 20. This is a long podcast. Whacking Day. So this one, Skinner locks the delinquents in the basement, claiming that he has free mountain bikes, but locks them in the basement because the superintendent is coming to visit. A man that I know we get more appearances of down the road, but this is the first time we see him.
Yeah.
He's coming by for an inspection. Bart gets loose and steals Willie's tractor, who is distracted by some hot Scottish girl that comes out of nowhere and we never see her again.
Yeah.
Just, okay,
Oh,
there goes Willie. He's going to chase after this Scottish lady.
Yeah.
Bart steals the tractor and runs into the superintendent with it. Having grown up around tractors, you hit a human being with a tractor,
game over.
You're going to do a little more than send him to the school's nurse office.
Yeah. And I got to mention something. What is it with the Springfield public school system presenting their hindquarters to Bart like they're in fucking heat? It happens again. Like, he's
the
bent
superintendent
over,
does it now. Yep.
back arched. What is going on here? Like, you know, rap video superintendent?
Jesus Christ, are you a pussycat doll?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Bart has already showed he cannot resist this. He is slave to his desires.
His desires for authoritarian man-ass.
Yeah. That is a specific genre of adult film.
Yeah, authoritarian man. Don't look for that one on Pornhub. It's not there.
Yeah. That's a pay site type thing.
Yeah, that's a credit card. That's not a tube site. Yeah.
Mailing cash on the dark web.
Oh God. So Bart is expelled for hitting the superintendent with a tractor. Which, you know what, seems like an expellable offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's attempted murder or negligent homicide, something like that.
Yeah, attempted vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah.
The other story we have going on is Whacking Day is coming up, which is a town festival of sorts that they celebrate every year, where the whole town gets together and rounds up all the snakes in town and beats them with sticks in the city center. Which I kind of got a little judgy about right away. I was like, what a weird thing. And then another repressed tar bubble got up to the surface. A neighboring town where I grew up had the annual Rattlesnake Rodeo, where in the weeks leading up to the Rattlesnake Rodeo, people went out and captured rattlesnakes, because there's a lot where I come from, and essentially using a dolled up version of like an old person's grabber claw for when they can't reach things. And so what they would do is everyone would bring in their rattlesnakes, and there were prizes for who got the longest one or the heaviest one or the most. And then there were rattlesnake related games at the rodeo grounds. Like, here's a barrel. It's got 20 snakes in it. We're going to tip it upside down, and then when you kick it over and all the snakes go everywhere, we'll start a timer and see how many you can get back in the barrel in 2 minutes.
This town is like a failed episode of Jackass became a community.
And this went on all day. And then at the end,
rattlesnake feed, am I guessing right?
I was going to say, and then at the end of the day, all those rattlesnakes get eaten.
Yay.
Yay.
Which at that point, they're probably happy to be dead.
Yeah, that was the thing. Those rattlesnake games, you wanted to be one of the early ones. You didn't want to be the 30th guy in there after they've figured out what's going to happen to them and how to counteract it.
See, we didn't have rattlesnakes, so my childhood snake stories are much tamer than that. Well, I mean, I don't tame's right. We're like, when I was like in kindergarten, me and my buddy Travis, because there was gardener snakes everywhere. There's, for those not familiar, they're a small, harmless. They would bite you, but they're not going to hurt you. They would bite when a 6-year-old boy would like smack it against the side of a trailer house for half an hour and finally get the gumption to bite you. But we'd catch all the snakes we could. We threw them in my sandbox with the hope of making a snake pit, which I think we saw in a cartoon of G.I. Joe. And we were going to push a kid in the snake pit, which we did, but they just basically fell in a pile of dead snakes because it took us forever.
What the fuck?
Which is also traumatizing. Very traumatizing.
God, the way you were raised.
But I just remember it's like there's no snakes writhing. There's a couple, but they were lethargic because they hadn't eaten in days. So it's just a kid falling on a pile of mushy snakes. That's no good for anybody. Of course, they tattled. We got in all sorts of trouble.
But even though it didn't work out, your intention, we're going to get a big pit of snakes and push a kid in it.
Probably
fucking lunatics.
The same summer, our other goal was we were going to fill up an ice cream pail full of big fat old grasshoppers because they just, when it get hot in the summer, they just hang out on the side of a tree house. Mm-hmm. Million degrees because they don't have 10 good freaking there.
Yeah.
Humans live inside those, FYI.
Just a coffee can with wheels on it.
Yeah. So we'd fill up the ice cream, but of course we had the attention span of gnats. So we had, let's go start something on fire. So we'd forget about the grasshopper plant. We had a little slot on the top of the ice cream pail to put them in. So, we grab a handful every day, and we forget for a few days. But finally, I got it full. It's like, okay, we're going to dump this on my buddy's Travis's older sister's head. So we perfect in tandem rode our bikes side by side with a giant pail between us, ice cream pail. And
first
back,
off, adorable.
Yep, until you know what's in that bucket.
Right.
And I can't believe we had the dexterity to pull this off, going the same speed, coming right at her. One of us flipped off the lid because we had to keep it tight, and dumped it on her head in a beautiful fluid motion. But at this point, because it's been 2 months, it is 2/3 hot, boiled grasshopper guts that have been putrefied in the sun on our deck. So she is lying in the middle of a gravel road, screaming and just lying there in a puddle of grasshopper guts. And while there's still some live ones thrashing around on top of her too, and we just sat there like we laughed until we saw this. She's gonna have to go to counseling. Which, that's a joke. No one ever goes to counseling.
Right? Not where either of us are from.
Southbrook Trailer Park. So I remember we just went and hid by the creek. That was always the goal. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he took a real severe thrashing that night, but I think I escaped unscathed. So, hey, crime does pay.
God, you kids were assholes.
Yeah, hey, that's what it's all about. Just throwing bugs on people and having a laugh.
Like, the people fighting rattlesnakes in the rodeo ring were grown men who should know better. Very horribly dangerous and venomous snakes.
Which is the best part of that.
Yeah. There's and like I said, everywhere down where I grew up. The amount of times, like, man, to be like, to walk around the side of a hay bale back home and hear that fucking oh my god, whoo, chills, absolute chills down the spine. Horrifying animals.
Oh boy, yeah.
Pretty
they never
tasty,
crossed
though.
the river, so we never had to deal with them.
Yeah, they can't swim, so they're our problem.
Yeah. Man.
We once a buddy and I once hit one on the road on our way to school one day. We were probably seniors, and stopped and got it. It was dead, and took it to school and coiled it up on the seat of our computer teacher, who was our first period class, and then pushed the seat back under the desk, so everything was fine. And she came and pulled out her seat and let out a scream that will haunt me forever. That is the most ear-piercing thing, and sprinted from the room. We caused some real psychological damage to
serves her right for wanting to teach.
Serves her right for thinking she should teach us how to run Microsoft Excel. We traumatized poor Mrs. Vogt that day.
When, the sensible option would be just to call in an airstrike and forget that town ever existed. But no, you got to try and reach us.
Yeah, but she loved us, so she couldn't stay mad for long, which is why we did shit like that. So, because we also were assholes, apparently, now that I'm thinking about it. So Whacking Day is the day they're going to kill all the snakes, and the whole town's getting amped up for it because it's apparently a pretty big deal. Back in Bart's world, they put him into a Christian school, and I didn't get the name of the school, but I did get the catchphrase at the bottom of the sign. We put the fun in fundamentalist dogma, which is a real good indicator of the school.
Yeah.
That doesn't work out at all. Bart is immediately kicked out of that school. And
the teacher warns the kids he might be able to shapeshift.
Yeah. Goes running, chases Bart off of the premises.
There's also a great flash forward in this episode to adult Bart, which is always great.
Yeah, middle-aged Bart.
Adult Bart is very rarely in a good place. He's usually struggling.
Yeah. He's not in a good spot in this flash forward. He's got a job testing new foods for its safety. And this diet soda that he takes a drink of causes some manner of Hulk style mutation. So Marge decides she's going to homeschool Bart, and there's some good bits of him doing shit that he would do at school, except it's just he and his mom, and now he can't get away with anything. Like, he throws a paper airplane at her, and then is just like, I didn't do it. And there's a good recurring gag of they're doing this in the garage, and Homer coming home from work and almost killing them with the car because he forgets that they're in there every day. So the town is getting amped up for Whacking Day. Lisa pretty adamantly against Whacking Day. She thinks this
not a fan.
No, she thinks this is a barbaric tradition that she does not like whatsoever and doesn't want her family to partake in it. But everyone else is into it. Even Marge, like Homer's into it because of course he is. But even Marge is into this Whacking Day.
She's gets turned on when Homer reveals his Whacking Day stick.
Yeah, she's like, oh, and there's a weird moment of, do you want me to whack him nice and slow or hard? And she's just like, nice and slow and then hard. It's like, what is happening?
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't want this anymore.
Enough.
No. Barry White is at the Whacking Day kickoff, and he's saying some words or whatever, and says is like, wait, what kind of thing is this for? And they tell him, and he's like, man, I'm leaving. And as he's getting away, Bart reads in a book, because that's a thing that Bart is doing now, is reading. Bart reads in a book entitled The Truth About Whacking Day by Bob Woodward. We can't get away from Bob Woodward these days. But he reads that snakes hear by sensing vibrations and then going to them. So they wave down Barry White and have him sing a song while they lay speakers on the ground, pointed towards the ground.
Which is great.
And so we get the velvety tones of Barry White. I forgot just what a voice Barry White had.
Yeah, something else.
And the snakes, he attracts all the snakes into the house, and they shut the door and keep all the people out of there. And the people are very easily turned in any which direction, as most mobs are.
Yep.
Because Bart's like, this isn't even a thing. This was made up in the 1920s to beat up the Irish, which is funny because if you know anything about American history, I think we invented a lot of so we can beat up the Irish holidays around that era in the late teens, early 20s. And so he exposes the lies of Whacking Day, and the whole town is kind of like, well, I guess we're done with Whacking Day. So Lisa lets out the snakes, and everything's back to normal. And then Skinner remembers that it's been several days, and he has not let the delinquents out of the basement or given them food. So it ends with he and Willie making a mad dash to help out the delinquents.
And Willie's like, what if they're dead? He's like, well, we keep driving to Mexico.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to take a mountain bike. So he's like, we'll take them these mountain bikes and explain, and no one will get sued. Well, what if they're dead? Then we're riding these mountain bikes to Mexico.
You can tell there's been a change, like in the writing staff. The episodes are way goofier and like loonier than they ever were before.
Yep, they're like,
which I applaud, man.
I got no complaints.
Yeah,
I think they are like sillier, and I think that they are doing more and more cutaway jokes.
Yep.
In the same way that Family Guy eventually like took too far, you know?
Yeah, where it's just 1/3 of every episode's a cutaway joke.
Yeah. But I'm seeing more and more of that in The Simpsons, and, you know, having heard a lot about how much Family Guy just straight up steals from The Simpsons, I'm starting to see it here.
Yeah. We are on to episode 21 of this season 4, Marge in Chains. Well, you want to talk about topical, Marlin?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
Springfield is hit with the dreaded Osaka flu. So a mysterious flu of Asian origin. Can't imagine that happening.
No.
I cannot imagine. Yeah.
Silly Simpsons.
Jesus. Yeah, that would never happen.
Yeah,
So,
one of my first notes is, boy, these epidemic jokes.
yeah, I'm almost getting triggered by like those images of the germs spreading through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they only knew that basically a mysterious Asian flu is the reason this podcast exists.
It's
we had
not
time to burn.
Yep, it's not why it exists.
Yeah. So all the kids get sick, and Homer. And as you can imagine, Homer is a giant puddle of shit when he's sick. He's not much of a man when he's healthy, but he's really a whiny baby when he's sick.
Yeah.
The kids, they're a nightmare. Marge is ran ragged. That's kind of the whole. So she has to go to the Quickie Mart. She might be becoming ill herself. She's grabbing a bunch of supplies. And who needed the bourbon? Was that Grandpa?
Grandpa, yeah.
Grandpa wanted bourbon. And she, I assume, mistakenly put it in her robe pocket. Forgot to pay for it. And Apu doesn't play when it comes to shoplifting.
No, he does not.
Yeah, he is. You ain't gonna shoplift on his watch, so he presses charges to the full extent of the law. What does Marge get? 30 days or 90 days
30.
in prison? 30 days in Naughton County in prison.
In prison, because I have written in my notes 30 days in the hole, like the song.
Yeah. I forgot that was Grandpa's bourbon.
Yeah, he insisted she pick some up for him, and that's what gets her in the clink.
I don't know when it comes, it's earlier on, but when Ned talks about that we all make mistakes, and his mistake was like smiling and giggling at a scene of Married with Children.
Yeah, he thinks that maybe the Lord brought this plague down on them.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Because
he watched a 15-second scene of Married with Children.
Yeah, and it's one of those where he sets it up with like, we've all made horrible mistakes that might have offended God so much he'd do this, and it cuts and you're like, okay, what nothing is this gonna be? And yeah, it's him half smirking at a Married with Children joke, like a slightly suggestive Married with Children joke.
I got a kick out of seeing Married with Children animated in the Simpsons style.
Yep. Yeah. Pam in Simpsons animation is pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Peg, I believe?
Peg, yeah, not Pam.
Yeah, see, that's the one Fox show I grew up watching because it was on reruns. It was Married to Children. So.
I never did. I never saw. I've never seen an episode.
What? Oh my goodness, man! I mean, there's people that don't like that show, and I totally understand it. But man, when it's on, I am just dying. The back. I mean, it is so tasteless. It is remarkably. Like, I understand why my mom didn't want us watching that. Yeah.
I've never given it a whirl. To me, Katie, what is it? Katie Seagal.
Yep.
Yeah, to me, she's the badass old biker lady in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, interesting. See, I'd put her second most known role in my life as her part in those flashback scenes on Lost, where she's the bald-headed dude's love interest.
Oh, okay. I watched Lost, but like once all the way through and never again, so I don't remember.
Speed reading a book, yeah, so it's not like it sunk in.
Yeah, that was one of those that felt like I needed to do homework. Yeah. Like, I just need to see this thing that everyone won't shut the fuck up about. Well, that was dumb. On with my life.
See, I'm a fan. I mean, granted, it really went off the rails, but I enjoyed it. I'm in that minority.
I think there's a few good seasons in there. I think it's a show with a lot of promise until it just falls off the cliff in the middle. It's
like, is this like, are we getting punked right now? Like, what's going on at this point?
Yeah, it gets real.
Last couple,
it gets real up its own ass. Like, okay, you guys just bought your own hype at this point and just went for it. Like, no, it's like, what if a soap opera was also dumb and pretentious? Oh, yeah, that's what we should do. And they just went with it.
Yeah. What's this giant statue mean? Tune in next week. It's like, I don't even fucking care anymore. But
yeah, there's a polar bear. I wonder what the explanation will be. And there just isn't one.
Yeah. Global warming question mark?
Smoke monster, get fucked, boy. And then we're going to do 4 more seasons of this shit and then nothing.
You like that? Huh? You'll be here. You'll come back. They always do. Then it cuts to an episode of Desperate Housewives.
Yep, here you go.
That was abrupt.
Now watch this, you dope.
Yeah. So Marge is, she gets arraigned. And then I love how Marge is apparently like a big enough name in town. That's all anyone can talk about is Marge going to jail. Like the mayor brings it up in that speech, which is so great.
That's small town gossip, man. You know.
And then the best is after that he gives a spoiler for the movie The Crying Game.
Yeah.
Like, that lady is a dude. It's like, you cannot get more 1993 than a Crying Game reference.
That's definitely of an era.
Yep. And oh my God, I died laughing in the courtroom scene when the prosecutor's like, I'm so confident that Marge is guilty, I'm going to waste my time rating the super hunks. He's got like Mel Gibson versus Tom Cruise.
Yep.
I about died laughing.
Which 93, I think it's Mel Gibson. 2020, it's clearly Cruise.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is embalming himself at this point. It's not natural aging what he's doing.
Well, yeah, it's baby thetans or whatever that church believes.
Yeah. Grind up more babies. Tom has another Mission Impossible movie.
Which those Mission Impossible movies have gotten super good. So
yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah.
Keep them coming.
I like when long series like that get sneakily good.
Yeah.
Like the Fast and the Furious movies, some of those sequels were good. Like, I'm like looking at the Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, what? Like, I need to start watching these movies, and sure enough, I mean, they're not going to change the way you look at the world, but they're fun.
No, as far as big, dumb popcorn movies, they're fucking great. I love the Fast movies. After, like, I think 5 is when this new flavor of Fast and Furious starts.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to guess 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think all of them are worth watching, but if you want to, like, just cut to the good shit, it's probably 5 is where it starts.
I remember going to the first one in the Dollar Theater with a buddy thinking it was going to be just laughably bad. And it was what it was. It wasn't great, but like it was Point Break, except if you replace a surfboard with like a Subaru hatchback.
Yeah. And they get less and less about the cars as the series goes on.
Yeah,
like,
good point.
At this point, they're just heist movies. Like at this point, they're just Affliction T-shirt Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
is all they are now, and it's rad. They're having a good time.
I'm starting to love the celebrity cameos. David Crosby features prominently in this episode. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Yep. Maybe the Birds. I don't remember what he was in.
As Lionel Hutz's AA sponsor.
Yeah, I remember from a Behind the Music that at his lowest point, David Crosby was freebasing an ounce of coke a day.
Jesus.
An ounce of cocaine.
An ounce of cocaine is a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. And then he decided he should add heroin into that mix. It's
man, why not?
You know, if I'm really going to party, let's go for
why
it.
not make it a swirl cone?
My God. And David Crosby, nearly 80 years old, still with us today.
Yep, still alive.
Yeah.
That fucking walrus.
Yeah. So Marge is in prison. She meets some colorful characters in there. And the city just realizes, oh, Marge does a lot for us. Like that bake sales are wrecked. What is it she makes that everyone is bummed that they can't
some
have?
marshmallow squares or something along those lines.
Yeah. They fall $15 short in the fundraiser, which had made all the... Why wouldn't someone just kick in $15?
Yeah, so they're not able to afford what they wanted to because of Marge not being there.
It's like the band trip is canceled. We're $15 short. So... The city realizes they made a mistake. The family realizes how much... because the house just turns into complete chaos.
Of course.
Yeah. So she's welcomed back with open arms when she's let out of jail.
They also take a lot of weird shots at Jimmy Carter for no reason in this episode.
Yeah. Well, I think if they could see in the future, like, hey, man, it doesn't get better.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because
I think that is it, yeah.
Like... They like have a poster of him and people are a statue of him, and people are like booing the statue and throwing shit at it. It's like, wait a minute, I get that I wasn't alive at the time, but maybe you guys don't know where it goes from here. But
we would pine. I would elect him now.
Yeah, we put Jimmy Carter on the fucking $100 bill right now.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah.
And one, all of them.
Yeah. Make, I don't care if our bills are hard to figure out. Look in the top right corner.
Yeah, fuck it. Can't read the number, then you shouldn't be handling money. Give me that.
Yeah. I will take those Carter bucks off your hands.
Oh, God. There's also a character in that episode in prison named Tattoo Annie, who is like covered in tattoos.
That's a fold-in on her back, which is so great.
Yep. I wrote it down because a buddy of mine in Fargo used to have a band in town called Tattoo Annie, and I thought that was a cool name. Never once knew it was from The Simpsons.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Look at that.
So,
you know what bums me out? We're going to reach a generation of kids eventually that don't even get the significance of the Mad fold-in. R.I.P. Mad Magazine.
I mean, like, I know what Mad Magazine is, but that's as much of that reference as I get, and I know how paper works. So, like, I understand.
Your children won't.
Yeah.
You're trying to... we take trees and we cut them into slices. What the fuck was wrong with you people?
Yeah. They won't know what clean air is either, so I don't know that Mad Magazine is going to be missed.
What the fuck are trees that are above ground? Above what?
They make oxygen from the sun. The what?
Yeah. The stuff we breathe out of those tubes. Oh. Oh, good times. Who knew that the Terminator series was a documentary?
Right. Oh, God, I hate Edward Furlong.
Yeah. I think it was last week I discussed that I saw Pet Sematary 2 in the theater. I think that was Edward Furlong's next movie after T2.
Oh, boy.
You're going to be a hit, kid. We're going to have 2 franchises. You're going to be the face of Pet Sematary.
Oh. Then someday down the road, maybe ironically, we'll cast you as a Nazi high schooler.
Yeah. I forgot he did have one more good movie in him.
Yeah, American History X, which, like, he isn't necessarily good in. Like, that's an Edward Norton vehicle.
Yeah, good point.
But he's in it and doesn't trip over any of the furniture on his way through it, so it's fine. That's an uncomfortable movie.
Yeah, have not seen it. Good movie, haven't seen it. One of those ones, I don't need to own that because I don't plan on watching it on a yearly basis.
Yeah, it's not like a good time. It's not like you have some buddies over and you throw in American History X.
Yeah.
If you go to a buddy's house and that's what they suggest, you leave that party.
Yeah.
Because you're at a rally.
Get uncomfortable. Yeah.
He's not partying.
Writing a lot of notes down.
He's recruiting.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to watch the final act. That's when it gets a little off the rails, if you ask me.
Oh, okay. Well, get your coats. I gotta go.
Have some literature here you might really find interesting.
Nope, gotta. Oh, my Uber's here. I gotta leave right now. One last episode 22. I almost said Crisco. Sure, why not?
Chris Christie gets canceled.
Chris Christie gets canceled. Perfect. What a world. Krusty gets canceled. So in this episode, we have a new children's show player in town, and I like that he is introduced the same way they introduce new characters in wrestling, which is for the few weeks building up, you just have weird promos that no one knows what they're
mysterious.
Yep. Like the first one is just the words Gabbo, Gabbo, Gabbo on the screen.
Real cryptic for a ventriloquist children's show.
And then there's another one that just says, it's a spinning newspaper that says Gabbo is coming. And I immediately was like, this is fucking wrestling. This is how you get a new character in wrestling.
And I like that they're just happy. They're excited. Like, it could have been something bad, you know?
Yeah, I think today, if like the just bold font one word started appearing everywhere you saw, you'd think it was the end. Like, well, here we go.
Stock up on canned goods. Gabbo was coming.
I gotta rent a backhoe and bury a school bus in the side of this hill.
Make sure that air filtration system's up to code.
Yeah. Stock up on ground coffee and canned peaches and hope for the fucking best.
See if we can outlive Gabbo.
I need some desalinization tablets in case the ocean is here.
But it's not bad. It's good.
It's great. It's
fun entertainment.
It's a ventriloquist dummy. And the ventriloquist, is like weirdly Euro trashy. Yeah. I wasn't ready for it.
Probably friends with that French bowling instructor from season 1.
Yeah, there you go, Jacques, the bowling perv. But yeah, he's got like a Frenchy thin pencil mustache and slick back hair, and then the Gabbo doll is like classic ventriloquist, like clearly wood and pointed head. Like it doesn't look modern at all, is what I'm saying, which is weird. But he is immediately ultra fucking popular and goes head to head in the time slot with Krusty and just straight up wrecks Krusty.
Yeah. I got to cut to, there's an earlier in this episode when the family is watching TV and it cuts to Homer, like what's going on in Homer's head. And it's just a dead mule covered in flies. So great.
Yep. I got to consult my brain and it's a dead mule with flies all over it.
Oh my goodness. And I made a note about one thing about Gabbo. Yeah, he's an old-timey ventriloquist doll who apparently has sentience. He can run around and sing and dance. And shit. Like we need to talk. Yeah.
I don't know if Gabbo is a real dummy or
is just some kind of like supernatural. And I noted, you don't see multi-talented stars. He's a triple threat. He can sing, dance, and imitate Vin Scully, which is that's a nice thing to have in your back pocket.
Imitate at this point, 40-year-old new sports announcer.
Yeah. Oh, I think he made it almost 60 seasons.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah. He retired just like last year, like age 91, I think. Yeah. Pro tip, if you ever have a lazy afternoon you want to kill, get yourself a 12-pack of shit beer, sit back, and on YouTube, listen to Vin Scully call like a no-hitter from Sandy Koufax. That dude was masterful. And he did it by himself. There's no one else in the booth.
Yeah, there's no color guy.
Yeah. He was a real, I mean, still is. He's alive today, but yeah, Vin Scully was a national treasure.
Yeah, just real weird set of talents that Gabbo has. Real specific. But he's a big hit, which I kind of didn't expect because, this doesn't seem like the kind of act that kids in '93 would have been into.
Yeah, a little old-timey even for that era.
But they're super into it, so much so that Itchy and Scratchy jumps ship and joins Gabbo's show. So now Krusty airs a Russian mouse and cat cartoon.
Eastern European, he specifies.
Yeah, called Worker and Parasite.
God damn it, I laughed.
And we get to watch an episode of Worker and Parasite, and I couldn't tell you what happens in it.
Nope, I don't speak Czech.
Yep. But also just visually, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Worker and Parasite is amazing.
And his pathetic attempt to pay people $40 to watch his show.
Yep.
Checks will not be honored.
The
attempt for him to ape Gabbo by having his own ventriloquist dummy.
Yep, that falls apart.
Yeah. He hits it in its head and its eyes bulge out. Yeah. Those kids are traumatized. Christ, I laughed.
He flings it off his hand and it lands in the seating where the kids are and they all scream.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Krusty's show is getting killed. Yeah.
Doesn't it? It actually gets canceled too, doesn't it?
Yep, it gets to the point where there's no kids in the studio, and they cancel Krusty.
Yeah.
So Krusty, to pick himself up, goes and visits his good buddy Johnny Carson. Is Johnny Carson on the air at this time?
No.
Late 90s, mid 93.
A big deal because he hadn't made a lot of appearances on TV after he retired.
Pretty notoriously disappeared after the show was over.
Yeah. Fun fact: he was writing monologue jokes for Letterman up until he died.
That's crazy.
Yep, and he'd send him to Letterman, he'd just call him on the phone and pitch jokes to him. How awesome is that?
It's funny that he did it for Letterman and not Leno. That's what I think is funny.
Yeah, I think actions speak volumes. I think we know who he wanted to get that job.
Yep. Yeah, and Johnny Carson, man.
Yeah, I'm just old enough. I remember I remember catching the last ever episode because Bette Midler was on the last ever episode. She sang to him. I think she sang the song that she sang to Krusty.
Wind Johnny Carson. My wings.
Oh no, it was Best for Last. I think it was you save the best for last.
Okay.
Or whatever. Jesus fucking Christ, this podcast will go off the rails if I start singing Bette Midler.
From a distance.
Yeah.
My mom was a big Bette Midler fan. Might still be, for all I know. So I have heard Bette Midler's From a Distance a time or two in my life.
Watching this, I kind of forgot, Bette Midler's completely out. She just hit that age. She's just out of the public eye now. It's she was a notable celebrity for 30 fucking years,
Mm-hmm. She, I started seeing her name for the first time in probably 10 years just recently. She's on some HBO Max thing.
Oh, no kidding.
It's not a show, but a mini series or something that she's on. And I remember thinking, boy, that's the first time I've heard her name in a long time.
Yeah.
But she's part of American culture because of Hocus Pocus and that being such a huge Halloween movie with everyone. Yeah. So it's good that she'll never go away. Good for Bette.
Yeah. She's a sassy human being. We need a lot more sass in this world.
Yeah, she's one of them. She
doesn't like something, she'll speak up.
Yeah, I like Bette Midler for that reason.
Before we get going, what's Gabbo's catchphrase? He has something he does.
What is it? I'm a bad little boy.
That's what it is. Yeah.
God.
And that's kind of and then Bart makes a joke about it's that as cute as he is with that kind of catchphrase, of course he's going to catch on.
Yeah,
pointing out that he indeed is a Gabbo.
Yeah,
ay caramba.
Yeah, he says it. Yeah, right away after Gabbo says it, he says ay caramba after making that comment. It's aha, Simpsons.
I like how he goes from Krusty goes from getting his show canceled to just being on the street.
Pretty quickly.
Will drop pants for food.
And then he's standing at the side of the road with his "will drop pants for food" sign, and the kids are like, "Having any luck?" He's like, "No, because that guy's giving it away for free."
Yeah, he's great too.
An old man with his pants down, just shuffling side to side, singing a fucking song.
Yeah. Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be.
Oh my God.
I died laughing. And then when he pops up on TV,
then later you see he has a television
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all singing in unison.
They're all singing
Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be.
Oh, that was fucking funny. That was really genuinely funny.
Yeah. Oh my God. Or on that subject, the Chili Peppers, Red Hot Chili Peppers are in town because somehow Mo conned them into playing Moe's Tavern. And for some reason, no one is there to see them except Barney.
Yep.
We want Chili Willy. We want Chili Willy.
That's the thing. I don't think Barney's there to see the Chili Peppers. I think Barney thinks Chili Willy is going to be there, who's the little adorable penguin from the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah. His name is Chili Willy, Marlin, and he's frozen through and through.
And when he cries, it's ice cubes, and it's adorable.
A-chew. That's all I remember. That's the last lyrics of the intro song to Chili Willy.
Chili Willy is great. Basically, a recycled Tweety Bird that they repainted.
Yeah.
But
it's something like, my toes are numb, my beak is cold, a-chew. I'm just paraphrasing, but it's something along those lines.
I'm sure it's something equally deep, if not exactly that. So,
exactly.
So Krusty's show is canceled. He's out on the street. Johnny Carson, he visits him, but doesn't have a lot of advice for him. And the kids are going to put on a big special to save Krusty's show because they see that Krusty has all these famous friends. And there's a good montage of them going around and getting them all gathered up. Like Bette Midler is out on the side of the road picking up trash, and when people throw trash out of their car, she runs like Snake the criminal throws a beer can, and she runs him down on foot and spikes the beer can back into the vehicle and backflips off. Like she's just this ultra badass, environmentally conscious woman. And then somebody else throws a beer can out and she crumples it, throws it. It eventually catches up with them, hits the guy in the head. And as he veers off the road, he shouts, "I'll get you for this, Midler." And then the car explodes. So she's killed a man.
Yep. Blood on Bette Midler's hands. But
so good.
She loves the environment.
Yeah. Not Bette's first kill, I'm sure.
Another thing, am I remembering this wrong? I'm pretty sure that we see that Hugh Hefner has a mansion in Springfield.
Yep, he has a Springfield branch of Playboy, and it's all super green. It's all we have a desalinization center and we run on solar, and there's all this talk of how the Playboy the grotto uses so much water, the bunnies decided a desalinization center was needed. Everything's very scientific and clean and modernly run, which is so great.
Can I call you Hef? No. As Bart has
his bubble pipe.
Yeah, smoking jacket, a bubble pipe. Yeah.
So they recruit those two and the Chili Peppers and Johnny Carson, and they try to get Elizabeth Taylor, and her assistant is like, "Some children came asking for help and I ran them off," and she's just like, "Good." I love that Elizabeth Taylor is just cold.
She's polishing a giant
jewel, diamond.
Yeah. But she had to have been okay with it because that is her voice. I know she's listed on the credits. Yeah.
But I love that she plays kind of the asshole of all the celebrities.
And then she sees it on TV. He's like, I shouldn't have said no.
Yeah, I should fire that agent. She's mad that she's not involved.
Yeah, but Barry White still in town. He's a part of it.
Yeah, Barry White's a part of it. Luke Perry, who is Krusty's half brother.
Yeah. Who at the time would have been a big commodity on Fox because 90210 was still big.
A huge star on Fox.
Yeah.
The late Luke Perry, of course.
Yeah, man. One of the last movies I saw before they shut everything down was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Luke Perry has a decent role, and it was like good to see Luke Perry get a part in a big movie. But
yeah, especially knowing now that that he was not long for the world. His son Jack Perry is a professional wrestler. You can
Jungle Boy, I believe.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. You can watch him on Wednesdays on AEW.
And I will save my thoughts on AEW for another podcast.
Wait, do you have takes on AEW?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll save that for another podcast.
Yep. Bubbling over right now with hot takes.
AEW is rad, and everyone should watch it Wednesdays on TNT. Was that your take? No.
Watch reruns on YouTube of Continental Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett's dad if you want to see good wrestling.
You're 1,000 years old.
Things were better 1,000 years ago.
No, they weren't. God, you sound like Jim Cornette.
Oh, that's totally what I'm getting all this from.
Oh, God. Okay. So they do a big event, a big special. Kind of has vibes of the '68 Elvis comeback special, and they get through it. It's the crowd loves it. Like we get some singing, we get Johnny Carson juggling a car, which is pretty rad.
An '87 Buick Skylark, to be specific.
Johnny Carson doing feats of strength on this clown variety show. Which I thought was pretty funny.
And then the Chili Peppers are playing.
Yep.
One fun note, at this point, the Chili Peppers had a guitar player who was only with the band for like 4 months. And he happened to be part of this. If you look, it's like the guy they had after John Frusciante left and before Dave Navarro got there. So that's this dude's claim to fame.
That's funny that he's part of the lineup at the time.
Yeah, was never on an album. I think he might have been part of a small tour. He was on this and won like award show performance. That's it.
That's wild. Good for him. He can always point to that.
I got a question. I don't understand what my notes are saying here. I just see it as we need a Little Stinker character on this podcast to add some pizzazz. Who was Lil Stinker?
That was so they show Krusty briefly backstage dressed in the Little Lord Fauntleroy outfit.
Little Stinker.
And he's just like, get me a bigger lolly.
Yeah, you Lil Stinker.
Yeah. Maybe we need one of those.
Yeah.
But the special's a huge hit, and Krusty gets back on the air. And I don't know that we decide Gabbo is gone or not, but Krusty's back one way or the other.
I just thought of that. Did we ever get any kind of closure on Gabbo? Is he just
I don't
still
believe
out there?
so. But Krusty's back, and Johnny Carson advises him, save your money this time, just as one of his assistants is like, here's that ruby-encrusted clown nose you ordered.
Yeah.
So Krusty's learned nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Fun note before we wrap this episode up. This is the only episode in the entire run of The Simpsons to date where Marge does not have one line of dialogue.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, she's not really
in the episode.
This. Yeah,
she appears, but she never says anything. Yeah.
Huh. Wild.
So that is a fun fact.
And that wraps up season 4 of The Simpsons.
Look at us.
What a fucking season. Oh, my God.
All of our haters, they said we wouldn't make it past
season 2. Do we have haters?
Here we are. We're thriving, Marlin.
Okay.
We're thriving. We're surviving. we're here.
I don't know that we have haters.
We do have dear listeners. Dear listeners, thank you so much. Our friends in Ireland, your numbers are multiplying. Let us move to your country.
Yeah, please take us in.
We will happily be podcast expats in your wonderful country.
We know all the words to Tom Petty's "It's okay to live like a refugee."
I just want to go to the dentist. I just want to go to the goddamn dentist. We live in a hellscape.
Yeah, it's getting weird out there.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So Ireland seems like a nice place, and they seem to enjoy the two of us, judging by the download numbers. So thank you for that.
Angels. Beautiful Irish angels. Keep on spreading the word.
To get at us, if you would like to give us more information on how to emigrate to your country, it is at Barley Basket USA on Twitter, or you can email us barleybasketUSA@gmail.com. I think that about does it for us, Nathan. Do you have anything fun coming up these days?
Just trying to live that bunker life. Hopefully not get like scurvy. Make sure I get some vitamin C in the old diet.
Try to get a lemon here and there if you wouldn't mind.
Try
Just
to see
a
the
whole
sun
lemon.
once a week. Yeah.
Coming up on Thursday, I start my proud tradition of Hell's Wells 2020, where I watch 31 horror movies in 31 days through October. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
I'm looking forward to hearing the details of some of those.
Yeah, I'll share some of those on here. Not too many. I don't want to make it about me or anything, but
we don't want to make it super spooky.
Right. We don't want to scare poor Nathan.
We cast a large tent here. If you're not into the spooks and the ghouls and the bumps in the night, we'll tame it down for you.
Yeah, but I'll for sure be talking about the movies I watch on Twitter, so you can find me on there. I'm an easy find. That's about it. I'm just trying to make it through the days, man. These are weird American days.
Yep. Ireland, please. I don't know who you got to talk to. Take us in. Hey, we'll share a goddamn efficiency apartment. I'm pretty sure I can speak for Marlin there. We'll
share a van.
You have an abandoned van somewhere. It was a creek within walking distance. I got to bathe every once in a great while.
Yeah. Take a quick splash in one of your lovely cricks. It's fine. We'll drink out of the cattle tank. You'll never know we're there.
Yes, please. Someone has a backyard. I just want to go to the goddamn dentist.
I want to go to the doctor,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man, yeah.
We're at an age where we occasionally need doctors now sometimes.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
And it's weird, and I don't like it.
Oh, and our lifestyles are not helping that. I have one bit.
Nope. Part of the problem.
I like pudding. I'm not going to apologize for it.
I am part of my problem.
Well,
next week we will run through the first 5 episodes of season 5. That was hard to say, but season 5 starts
clapping
next
excitedly.
Week. Yep. It's dainty little claps that I really like.
Little cutie pie claps.
We will watch episodes 1 through 5 of season 5 next week. So we will see you again on Tuesday.
See you then, everybody.